Today we're going to talk about Chapter 9, Earth's Climatic Regions. Now, climate is weather over time, and climatology is the study of climate. Climatic regions are those areas with similar weather statistics. Climates influence the ecosystems, and on land, the location of climate regions determines the location of the ecosystem, like forest, grassland, savanna, tundra, and desert. Now, the climate is impacted by many things like insolation, which is the energy from the sun, Earth's energy balance, temperature, air pressure, air masses, and precipitation. The classification of climatic regions are based on temperature and precipitation. Insolation is the incoming solar radiation that the Earth energy is input into the climate system. Insolation varies by latitude as well as on a daily and seasonal basis with changing day length and sun angle. Earth's energy balance is the imbalance created by energy surpluses at the equator and energy deficits at the poles, which causes the global circulation patterns of wind and ocean currents. Temperature are controlled primarily by latitude, elevation, cloud cover, land and water heating differences, and the pattern of world temperature is affected by global winds, ocean currents, and air masses. Air pressure impacts the climate from wind flows of areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. Moving air masses, the vast bodies of homogeneous air from over oceanic and continental source regions, take on the characteristics of their source region, and as they migrate, they carry their temperature and moisture conditions with them. Another component is atmospheric moisture, the movement of water through the hydrological cycle. All of these combine to worldwide average precipitation. The precipitation around the world varies greatly depending on what part of the world you are in. Now there's 6 basic climate categories: tropical in the tropical latitudes, mesothermal, which are mid-latitudes with a mild winter, microthermal, which are mid and high latitudes and cold winters, polar, which is high latitudes and polar regions, highland, which is high elevations at all latitudes, and dry, which are permanent moisture deficits. When you look at the world climate classification, there are subclimates within each of the major climatic categories. Tropical climates are those climates around the equator that stays warm all year long. Mesothermal climates are a little bit further north and south, and they are characterized by cool winters and hot, warm summers. Texas is in a mesothermal climate. Microthermal climates have cold winters and are further north and further south on the globe. The polar and highland climates are those areas that are very, very close to each of the poles or in the mountainous regions. Now, the ice cap or ice sheet climate are the Earth's 2 ice sheets that cover the Antarctic continent and most of the island of Greenland. Most of Antarctica and central Greenland plus the North Pole fall within the ice sheet climate. These regions are dominated by dry, frigid air masses and temperatures seldom above 0 degrees Celsius. Antarctica, because of these extreme conditions, only receive less than 8 centimeters of precipitation each year. So our dry and arid and semi-arid climates are typically not in the tropical zone, but just to the north or to the south of the tropical zone, where rain does not fall throughout the year. Now, we talk about climate change quite a bit and the idea that the planet is warming over time. That's also impacting the plant hardiness zones. As you can see in 1990, this is a map of the plant hardiness zones where plants can survive the winter temperatures. As you can see over time, this has migrated north into a positive zone change, meaning that you can have more plants survive the winter in further north climates because of climate global warming.